No, this is not the ocean, but a lot of lakes, that are close to the mountains, their beaches almost looks like there's tides because of the different seasons of melting coming off the glaciers, for example. And so it's interesting, it's different. But I'm not going to turn this rock, and see any crabs or anything. Hey, this is a new series. Every Child Matters series. It's to kind of teach, that there is hypocrisy in this concept. I am pro Every Child Matters. Hopefully we define it the same way. But I want to show you in this series how people are usually fraudulently applying this concept if it's written on their vehicles or their buildings. Or here's an example. If you taught your kids that money is what makes the world go round, shame on you. If you are still raising kids, which is most people today are doing this, with this worldview, or at least this worldview incorporated, because it's a worldview, it's big. It's the magical paradigm that disconnects from the natural world, but it seems to, sadly, be very well suited for another paradigm that is disconnected from the natural world, which is the supernatural paradigms. So the magical and the supernatural seem very well fit into our people primate species worldviews of dysfunctional evolutionary and cultural dead ends. So if you have, the Anthropocene is mostly because of this. It's the divide of power that has, been caused by things like if somebody has an army, it's kind of hard to displace them, and they get corrupt, and they don't care that much, and they can't change easily to somebody that would do a better job. And by the way, I have some new ideas about how toxic the way democracy is handled in our species is. I got many more ideas on this series. So let's get back to the point that if you have done this and you kind of know it's wrong, you kind of know the Anthropocene is overconsumption, is trying to get ahead as if life is a monopoly game. The Anthropocene is not because, the climate is going to get worse in certain parts of the world, but not that much in other parts. It's the Anthropocene is we caused it, along with many other things that is destabilizing the biosphere's resilient stability built over eons before we were even on this planet. This resiliency was working really hard with the chemical, physical, and biological components all cybernetically linked and working together. And I'm not saying it's necessarily conscious. And our species screwed it up. And in big part, it's this magical monetary paradigm. So if you agree that that it's wrong to raise a child like this, but you're still alive, let's say you're a grandparent, then talk to your kids and grandkids and say, we've been wrong. And it's so toxic how we see that there's less humanity in us because of this. Like the guy that charged me $20 here recently to plug in at night, that I think pocketed the money and didn't go to the business at the hotel, and was trying $40 the next day. And I said, pretty much my piece, but in a respectful way, but kind of doing what a parent should have done with him. But nobody seems to do it, and I have to do it with the parents and the grandparents. Explain how toxic it is if they care about anybody else other than themselves, and they claim they will. Then don't promote money is what makes the world go round. No, it's what takes our humanity away as much as anything else.